I'm going to do another grilled sandwich today. Are you getting tired of panini? I'm not. I love these things. I'm doing this because I want to create a playlist on YouTube of panini. So for that I need several panini videos. This one is probably going to be my least popular one because the meat I'm going to use is lamb. I love lamb. It's my preferred red meat. I think it tastes a lot better than beef. Beef is kind of unless you spice it up a bit. Like meatballs are good if you make meatloaf the right way. And I've got a video and a recipe for Tuscan meatloaf. It's one of my signature recipes that I'm known for. Maybe I'll put the link in the description down below for those who might be interested. But lamb, I think, has a really nice flavor. You just have to know how to cook with it. So I'm going to spruce mine up with some homemade pesto, and I have really good pesto because I know how to make pesto. I do. And then I want to top it with some provolone cheese. So let's make this pesto lamb panino. As usual, I work with these square rolls sold at Costco, and as I like to toast it on the outside as well as the inside, I'm going to trim a little of this crust off. A little off the top, a little off the bottom, and that gives me a surface I can toast. These are pre-split, but not all the way through, so I finish splitting them with a bread knife, and there is my bread, ready for toasting. I'm heating this skillet to 340 degrees Fahrenheit or about 170 degrees Celsius, which I find to be a good temperature for toasting bread in a skillet. I buttered the inside surface of the bread. The outside will be toasted when I assemble my sandwich. This will take a few minutes. Here is a small piece of lamb. I buy a whole boneless leg of lamb and then cut it into portions of about 3 to 4 ounces each, about 85 to 115 grams, and freeze them. For me, that's a proper portion. I need to slice this. It's partially frozen, which makes slicing a little easier. I try to slice the lamb almost paper thin. For that, you need a very sharp knife, obviously. I use a diamond hone to keep my knives sharp. It's still a little hard frozen, but it slices easily enough. I want really thin pieces like that right there. It will cook quickly, and I think the texture is better in the sandwich. I wiped this pan a little and I added some oil, less than a tablespoon. In goes my sliced lamb. Now I need to wash my hands because I touched raw meat. I'm going to cook this until it is almost cooked all the way through. It's okay if the meat is a little pink. This isn't ground lamb. Because it is so thin, it will cook in a minute or two. And my pan is over medium heat. That looks good. I turn the heat off. Before I transfer this to a plate, I am stirring in a well-rounded tablespoon of some of my homemade pesto to flavor the meat. Then get it out of the pan to stop the cooking. Now I'm ready to assemble my sandwich. This time I washed that skillet. I buttered the outside surface of the bread, placed the bottom slice in the pan, stacked some sautéed lamb on it, trying to keep it all on the bread. Get it all on there. More is better, right? I'm putting a slice of provolone cheese on top. That will melt and help hold the meat in the sandwich. Then place the other slice of bread on top. Again, I buttered the top. Finally, place a hot grill press on the sandwich. That will toast the top of the sandwich. There is my toasted sandwich. Beautiful grill marks on top. Doesn't that look good? I checked the bottom. It looks toasted as well. Now I can move this to a cutting board for slicing. I like to cut the sandwich corner to corner. I think that looks better in the final photograph. Check out this sandwich. Nicely toasted, plenty of meat inside. That goes onto a plate for an early lunch. So there it is, my lamb and provolone, or my pesto lamb panino. This is going to be so good because I love lamb. That is a really good sandwich. It's got a nice, almost a bold flavor. It's a rich flavor because of the pesto and because of the provolone. The bread toasted up beautifully. So it's a little bit early for lunch, but anyways, excuse me. I'm going to go enjoy my lamb. I guess I'll call this a pesto lamb panino.